Good day, everyone. This is Teacher Justina, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. For those who are not yet done subscribing, please do subscribe and do not forget to hit the notification bell for more video updates. Our video for today is all about graphing and ellipse, so let us explore. Okay, so let us start graphing this equation number 1. X squared over 81 plus y squared over 49 is equal to 1. So the basic steps in graphing and ellipse would be, of course, determine the center. So the center of that equation is 0, 0, then plotting it. Then the next one is we are going to determine the orientation of our ellipse. So the orientation can be determined out from the greater denominator. So 81 is bigger than 49. And then the variable on the numerator is x, so that means horizontal. Our orientation will be horizontal. The next one is to determine our major axis. So the major axis is coming from the square root of our bigger number. So 81 is bigger than 49. The square root of 81 is 9, but we need to get the total length of our major axis. Thus we multiply it by 2, so 18 units. So how? So since it's horizontal orientation, we will be counting 9 units to the right and 9 units to the left. And there's the coordinates of our major axis, negative 9, 0 and 9, 0. The next one is to determine the minor axis length. So since our lesser denominator is 49, and then its square root is 7, and multiplied it by 2 will be 14. So 14 units overall length of our minor axis. Thus, the coordinates are 0, 7, and the other one is 0, negative 7. The next one is to determine the foci length. So the foci length will be from the difference of the bigger denominator minus the smaller. So 81 minus 49, the difference will be extracted to its square root, then the result will be 5.7. And where should the foci lie? So the foci lie on the major axis. So our major axis is the x itself. So that from the center, we need to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.7. Thus, we have the negative 5.70, and the other foci will be, the other focus rather is 5.7 and 0. So what is the next to be plotted? So since we are done plotting all the needed points, thus this is already the graph of our equation 1. Let's proceed to number 2. So x squared over 9 plus y squared over 100. Thus, the center again is 0, 0. And then, the orientation is vertical. Why vertical? Because 100 is bigger than 9 and y is our numerator. So let's proceed to the major axis length. So the major axis is 20. That is coming from the square root of 100, which is 10 times 2. So 20 units. So 20 units, that means we need to count from the center going up because it's vertical. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And there is our vertex 1. And then our vertex 2 will be found on the negative y-axis, and that will be 0, negative 10. For our minor axis, so it's 9. The square root of 9 is 3 times 2 will be 6 units. So the entire length of our minor axis will be 6 units. And thus, the endpoints of our minor axis will be negative. This is negative 3, 0, and the positive 3, 0. The next to be plotted is the foci. So 100 minus 9, so it's 81. No, I'm sorry, it's 91. And the square root of 91 is 9.5 units. So where is the major axis? Our major axis is vertical. So we need to count 9.5 going up and going down for the focus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.5. So we have the other focus on the negative y-axis, and that will be negative 9, 0, negative 9.5, and the other focus is 0 and 9.5. So we are done plotting all the basic parts of the ellipse. So that's the graph already. Then let's proceed to number 3. Okay, so the given is x plus 6 squared over 4 plus y minus 3 squared over 36 is equal to 1. So again, this is already an ellipse with a center other than 0, 0. So the center is negative 6 from positive 6. So it's negative 6, and that negative 3 becomes positive 3. And for that, the orientation will be, okay, so since 36 is bigger than 4 and the y is our numerator, therefore our orientation is vertical. And then we will be getting the major axis length. So the total length will be, the square root of 36 will be 6 and times 2 will be 12. So since our major axis lie on the y, parallel to the y-axis rather, so we need to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 because it's 12. So that will be counting 6 units up and 6 units down. Okay, so therefore that's the coordinates of the major axis, and then the minor axis will be coming from 4. The square root of 4 is 2 times 2 will be 4. So that means 4 units, the entire length of our minor axis. So from the center we need to count 1, 2 to the left, and then counting 2 units, 1, 2 to the right, and that's the co-vertices. So that's the endpoints of our minor axis, and the next to be plotted is our foci. So the foci length will be 36 minus 4, so 32, and the square root of 32 will be, square root of 32 will be approximately 5.7, and that 5.7 will be on the major axis. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.7 approximately, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.7 approximately. There are our two foci. So the foci endpoints or negative 6 and 8.7, and the negative 6 and negative 2.7 as our y coordinate. So done plotting, we need to sketch the graph. Okay, let us have this last example. So x minus 4 squared over 25 plus y plus 2 squared over 81 is equal to 1. So center will be 4, negative 2 coming from negative 4 and positive 2. So 4, negative 2. And the next one is to be plotted, the 4, negative 2, that's the center. The next one is the orientation, so 81 is bigger than 25, and since y is our numerator, so the orientation is vertical. Next, the major axis is 18. The square root of 81 is 9, always times 2, so 18 units is the entire length of our major axis. And since it's vertical, so from the center, we need to count 1, 2, 3. We need to count 1 from the center, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And there is our first vertex, and that is 4 and then 7. The next is the vertex 2, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and there is our second vertex. The next is, so determining the coordinates of the vertices, they are 4, 7, and 4, negative 11. The minor axis will be 10 units because square root of 25 will be 5 times 2, so 10 units. So 10 units is our entire minor axis length, so that will be horizontal. So that will be counting 5 units to the right and 5 units to the left. So far 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that will be negative 1, negative 2, and our co-vertex 2 will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that will be 9, negative 2. The next to be plotted is our focus. Our focus length will be 7.5 units, and that will be 81 minus 25. The square root of the difference will be 7.5 units. So our orientation is vertical, so the focus will be counting 7.5 units going up and 7.5 units going down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, approximately 7.5, and the coordinates are 4 and 5.5, and our second focus will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.5, and our second focus will be 4 and negative 9.5. So we are done plotting the basic parts of the ellipse. So let us now sketch the graph. Okay, so that's the graph in number 4. Guys, I hope you've learned something from my video today, and please do not forget to subscribe and then hit the notification bell for more video updates. This has been Teacher Justina, and thank you for watching. That in all things, God may be glorified.